Welcome back to my channel. Today we begin our epic journey through Game of Thrones. This is Season 1, Episode 1, titled Winter is Coming. The very first episode of the legendary HBO series that changed television forever. A story where honor meets betrayal, where family is everything, and where no one is ever truly safe. Let's dive in. We open beyond the wall, an endless white wilderness of snow and death. 3 men of the Night's Watch are patrolling deep into the haunted forest. They're looking into rumors of strange activity. And they find it. They come across a disturbing sight. Dismembered bodies, arranged in a spiral pattern on the ground. There's something unnatural about it. Something ancient. A young girl's corpse opens its icy blue eyes. Suddenly the dead rise. And they're fast. These are the White Walkers. Legendary beings of frost and darkness. One of the men escapes, but he's terrified, broken, and now a deserter. And in the Night's Watch, desertion means death. We cut to Winterfell, a place of old stone walls, snow-covered forests, and solemn traditions. Here, Lord Eddard Stark rules with honor. He is a quiet man, but strong and deeply respected. He hears of the deserter, and takes his sons to witness the punishment. Ned personally carries out the beheading. It's a cold moment, but also a lesson. He tells his young son Bran, the man who passes the sentence should swing the sword. This is the North. This is Stark honor. Even death comes with dignity here. On their way back home, the Stark boys find something rare. A dead direwolf. And beside it, 6 living pups. Exactly one for each Stark child. Even Jon Snow, Ned's illegitimate son, finds one. A white runt. With red eyes. Fitting. Unwanted by others just like Jon. It's a quiet moment but so powerful. Connects the children to something deeper. Fate. Foreshadowing. Maybe both. Back at Winterfell, we meet the rest of the Stark family. Catelyn Stark, loyal, wise, and cautious. Sansa, dreamy-eyed and elegant, longing for romance. And Arya, wild, bold, and far more interested in swords than sewing. She sneaks away from embroidery class just to fire arrows with the boys. She's different. She always will be. Soon after, news arrives. King Robert Baratheon is coming. An old friend of Ned's. They fought together during Robert's rebellion years ago, to overthrow the Mad King. Now Robert sits on the Iron Throne. And he's bringing his queen and court north to Winterfell. But the timing feels off. The king arrives with a massive entourage. He's boisterous, loud, and clearly worn down by the weight of the crown. He wants Ned to become the new hand of the king, his most trusted advisor. Because the last hand, Jon Arryn, recently died. Mysteriously. And Robert needs someone he can truly trust. Only Ned fits that role. Also with Robert are the Lannisters. His wife, Queen Cersei. Her twin brother, Jaime. And Tyrion, their younger brother. Tyrion is a dwarf. Clever, sarcastic, always with wine in hand. He might seem like comic relief. But don't be fooled. He sees everything. Now, beneath the warm welcomes and shared meals, something dark is brewing. Catelyn receives a secret letter from her sister Lisa, Jon Arryn's widow. The letter claims the Lannisters murdered her husband. Suddenly, things feel dangerous. This isn't just a royal visit. It's the beginning of something much bigger. Something deadly. Ned is torn. He wants to protect his family. But he's loyal. Honor demands he help his old friend. He agrees to ride south with Robert, taking Sansa and Arya with him. Meanwhile, Jon Snow, being a bastard, knows he can never have a place in the royal court. He decides to join the Night's Watch, a noble order, sworn to protect the realm from threats beyond the wall. But it's not what it once was. The Watch is now filled with criminals and outcasts. Still, Jon sees it as his path. He says goodbye to Arya, giving her a small sword named Needle. Their bond is sweet, deep, and heartfelt. He also says goodbye to Ned. Jon wants to know about his mother, something he's wondered about his entire life. Ned gives him a promise. Next time we meet, I'll tell you. But we, the audience, we sense something. That next time may never come. Far across the sea, we enter another world. The exiled Targaryen siblings, Viserys and Daenerys. Viserys is cruel and desperate to reclaim the Iron Throne. He plans to marry off his sister to a powerful warlord called Drogo, a leader of the Dothraki. Savage, strong, feared. Daenerys is young, frightened, and silent. She's a pawn in her brother's game. But you can already sense there's something more inside her, something waiting to awaken. At her wedding, she receives 3 dragon eggs, gifts of beauty and mystery. Dragons are extinct, but magic never truly dies in Westeros. Back in Winterfell, the royal visit is wrapping up. Ned is preparing to leave. The children are saying their goodbyes. Everything feels calm, until Bran climbs one of the tower walls, his favorite thing to do. But this time, he climbs too high. He reaches a window and peers inside. What he sees is unthinkable. Queen Cersei, in bed, with her own brother Jaime. They see him. There's a long pause. You can feel the fear. Jaime walks toward the boy. He grabs him gently, and then pushes him out the window. Just like that, without hesitation. And then he says, "The things I do for love." Bran falls. The screen cuts to black. The very first episode ends. Not with hope, but with betrayal. And a child's fall from innocence. Literally. Game of Thrones wastes no time showing us what kind of world this is. One where power matters more than truth. Where even children can be silenced to protect a lie. Where love can be twisted into destruction. That is how it all begins. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this full narration of episode 1, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Drop your thoughts below. Did that ending shock you the first time too? Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at @InspirixForza for more stories like this. I'll see you in the next one, because the game has only just begun. And remember, winter is coming.